Hello and welcome again to the Friday Wrap for July 1st. There is no concert this weekend because of the 4th of July weekend, but the events committee, as you may already know, has planned an extra concert for Labor Day weekend this year. And next Friday will be the New Invaders, which is a 60s rock and roll band. It was a full agenda at this week's village board meeting with very little discussion when we talked about the execution of an intergovernmental agreement to transfer our 911 services to DUCOM, as well as the state-mandated prevailing wage rates in public works projects, which we had no choice on, and also considerations to fulfilling positions that are open in the village for a police officer, a part-time receptionist, and a full-time utility worker one in public works. Approved also was a resolution to encourage ComEd to allow residents to permanently opt out of the smart meter installation program due to allegedly potential health risks from the radio frequency radiation that is emitted from those meters. Residents will be receiving more information and instructions on that through the village in the coming weeks. Deputy Chief Mark Loftus also made a presentation regarding the Nixle Community Alert System. There was also a request by Trustee Francis to refer the Economic Development Plan to the Plan Commission for their review and recommendations, because, as he indicated, two of the plan's recommendations are not in the current comprehensive plan, i.e. signage for the village center along I-55 and a development for empty nesters. While I might have agreed philosophically with his request to get valued opinions like theirs, I just didn't feel it was practical, proper, or the role of the Plan Commission to really, or for any other committee or commission, in their case, their primary role, of course, is land use and zoning, for them to review and or change an economic development plan that was already approved by three groups: the village board, the economic development committee, as well as the economic development plan subcommittee. Frankly, it was a tough decision for me to cast the deciding vote against it, because I love getting opinions, and sometimes actually to the point of analysis paralysis. But to do so after the fact, as Trustee Paveza indicated, would have set a bad precedent. And I also believe that it's the role, frankly, of the elected officials, the mayor and the board of trustees, to ultimately to steward the economic health and lead the village, and that we shouldn't shun that responsibility. My hope is also to look forward, keep the village moving forward, and to plan for our future. For the record, I am also generally in favor of signage to improve business and also an empty nester development to accommodate the requests and the needs of residents who want to downsize, but of course only under strict and stringent requirements. In addition, the other meeting we had this week, it was the Veterans Memorial Committee. The Burr Ridge Veterans Memorial Committee met on Wednesday to discuss maintenance and landscape issues, as well as the potential for finishing off the site with a Purple Heart memorial. But that discussion will continue. We'd also like to remind everyone of the upcoming Run for Veterans 5K, which will be on Sunday, July 31st. Proceeds from that will benefit Volunteers of America, Illinois, to raise awareness and support for the U.S. veterans' mental health care, and also a great month to keep that in mind. They're also making brisk progress on the German Church Road sidewalk project. As I drove past that, it looks like they have the bridge work done, and they're building the decorative landscape walls under construction. Traffic is now largely open, at least one lane at a time during the day, and both lanes during off hours. Also, I'm pleased to announce that my book, Big Goals, Short Deadlines, which is about the success strategies learned during the Capitals trip, is actually going to hit the public bookshelves for the first time at Barbara's Bookstore today, as a matter of fact. In addition, the trip will also be featured on Sunday on Chicago's WGN Radio 720 at 8 a.m. It's with the Rick Pearson show, if you happen to be available. And last but not least, I attended the Drake Hotel's first anniversary party this week, or actually last night in Oak Brook. along with several Burr Ridge residents I happen to run into, like Rich Barton, Jane Hobson, Linda Cunningham, and mentioned a few, as well as saw a lot of friends from church, as well as the congressional candidate, Tonya Curry. And also, I want to mention also that I'll be on vacation next week. So I hope you don't mind if there's no Friday wrap, probably for the second time since I became mayor. And if there are any issues that come up, please contact Steve Stricker, our village administrator, at the Village Hall, of course, or by email, which is sstricker@burr-ridge.gov. And right after the 4th of July parade in Hinsdale, I'm hoping I'm going to try to unplug. Wish me luck. And I also, in the meantime, please, I hope that you know that I wish that you and your family have a great Independence Day weekend. May you have the time and opportunity this July 4th to acknowledge and celebrate the significance of this patriotic and historic day. As Abraham Lincoln referenced in the Gettysburg Address, that our fathers on that day brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That, as you know, occurred on July 4th. Thanks again for joining me. God bless you and God bless America.